Hello my dear student, I welcome you all to the maths class. So in our previous class you all know that we have completed question number 1 from exercise 5.2. Right, in our today's class we are going to start question number 2. Question number 2 from exercise 4.5.2, and if possible we will try to proceed further with the next question. Okay, so let us start our class without any delay. So student, here we have the question number 2 from exercise 5.2. Alright, so the question says that in the adjoining figure, identify part 1 the pairs of corresponding angles. So the figure is given here and you have to say which of the following angles are the pair of corresponding angle. Alright, the pairs of alternate interior angle, the pair of interior angle on the same side of the transversal, the vertically opposite angle. Alright, so student, in the question number 1 I have explained about the corresponding angle. So you have to identify here what are the pairs of corresponding angle. So corresponding angle outside the parallel line, okay, outside the parallel and the inside the parallel here. If you try to find the corresponding angle here, angle 4 and angle 8 is the corresponding angle, right? Similarly, angle 1 is equal to angle 5, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7, and angle 2 is equal to angle 6 are the pair of corresponding angles. So I am going to write here the pairs of corresponding angle are angle 4 and angle 8, comma, okay, angle 1 is equal to, you can write angle 5 also. Why? Because they are corresponding. Instead of and you can write equals to sign here. Similarly, angle 3 is equal to angle 7, okay, angle 3 is equal to angle 7, okay, and angle 2 is equal to angle 6. So these are the pairs of corresponding angle which are on the same side, okay, of the transversal line. Okay, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, angle 3 is equal to angle 7, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, and angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. So once again I am repeating for those who did not understood why angle 4 and angle 8 are the pair of corresponding. Just see, okay, instead of this you try to understand the, okay, above a parallel line on the same position or the same side of this transversal line, one angle is formed over here. This is 4, and over here it is angle 8. This is below the parallel line and this is above the parallel line. Just see, angle 4 and angle 8, that's why this is a pair of angle. Angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Why? They are corresponding angle and they are formed on the same position above the parallel line. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 7 over here. Why? They are on below the parallel line and on the same side or the same position. 3, 7, not side, we can say position. Okay, the position is similar. Side is angle 4, angle 8, angle 7, angle 3. They are on the same side of the transversal. We cannot say side. We will say position. Okay, angle 4 is equal to angle 8. They are on the same position, that is above the parallel line. Similarly, angle 3 is equal to angle 7. They are below the parallel line. Similarly, angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Why? They are above the parallel line and on the same side. Sorry, not side, same position. Also, angle 2 is equal to angle C because they are below the parallel line. So this is your corresponding angle which are on the same position. Okay, moving on to the number 2, part 2, the pairs of alternate interior angles. So I have already told what is alternate interior angle also. This is your alternate 3, 5, 2, 8, 4, 6, 1, 7 are all alternate angle, but there are two forms of alternate angle, that is alternate interior and alternate exterior. Here you have to find the alternate interior angle. So inside the parallel is your interior angle. This is your interior side whole. Whatever the angles over here, those are all the alternate interior angle, and above the angle which whatever are formed is the alternate exterior. This is the exterior side. Okay, exterior means outside, in means inside. So what are the alternate interior angle? You can see angle 3 is equal to angle 5, comma, angle 2 is equal to angle 8, which are on the opposite position of the transversal line. Okay, this is easy one, no? So the pairs of corresponding angles on the same side of the transversal. So this is your transversal line, and what are the pairs of angles which are on the same side of the transversal. So again here we have to consider the interior angle, right? So interior is this 3285. Whatever you have to consider, you have to consider between this side only, the pair of the interior angle on the same side of the transversal, that is on this side and this side, whatever the angle. Say angle 3 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 8, and angle 2 and angle 5. Yes, and or you can write comma, angle 2 and angle 5. Alright, angle 3 and angle 8 is one side of the interior angle, same side. This is the one side. And angle 2 and angle 5, which is interior, if the question was exterior angle on the same side, then 4, okay, 7, 1, 6, because they're outside of the angle, right, outside of the parallel line. That's why we could have considered that as exterior angles, but here they have asked interior angles. So 3, 8 on the same side, they're on the same side. 2, 5 on the same side of the interior angle. I hope this is clear to you. You people are understanding. Next we have the most common thing is vertically opposite angle. So to have a vertically opposite angle, you don't need to have a parallel line, just need a intersecting line. Yes, if the two lines are getting intersect, then there will be a vertically opposite angle will form. In this condition, if I write, okay, so 4, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So angle 1 is vertically opposite to 3. Vertically opposite is equal to angle 3, and angle 2 is equal to angle 4, or angle 4 is equal to angle 2. This is one pair of vertically opposite angle. Two pair of vertically opposite. In this case, another also you can see here. Yes, in which we can say 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can write angle 5 is equal to angle 7, because this is vertically opposite angle here. Just see the point is over here and the vertex is over here. One vertex here and the another vertex is here. So the angle formed is vertically opposite angle. So angle 8 is equal to angle 6. This is a vertically opposite angle. Alright student, I hope this is very understandable to you people. Corresponding angle, alternate angle, interior angle, and vertically opposite angle. So this four part we had in question number 2. Let us solve now question number 3 also. Okay. So student, here we have the question number 3. In the adjoining figure, okay, P, this is a figure given. P is parallel to Q. All right. So P, let us consider this as P, and this as let us consider this as Q. Find the unknown figure. Unknown figure means the unknown value, whatever is there, you have to find that. Okay, so what technique or what concept we are going to use is the property. Okay, the property which we have till now, that is corresponding angle, alternate interior angle or alternate angle, so vertically opposite angle or linear pair, those concepts which we have done in exercise 5.1 till question number 14, and exercise 5.2 which we have done yesterday and right now in the previous questions. Those concepts we are going to use here to solve this. Okay, so how to do? So see over here 125. So using this the value, we are going to find the unknown figure. Okay, so this figure is nothing new. Okay, you don't get confused. What is this figure? So we got this. We have not saw this type of figure. Do not get panic. It's simple, similar to the one which we have done in the previous type of problem. So only the thing is, it is placed vertically, and this and the till now whatever we have done is with horizontally placed. Okay, one transversal line was there and the angles were formed was corresponding, alternate interior, vertically opposite, linear pair. Alright, so now only the placement is different, nothing to worry. Okay, 125 over here we have, and 125 is equal to angle D. I am going to write. Is it okay? Why do you think this is equal? Think, because they are corresponding angle property. So you have to write this property name also, why they are equal. Okay, angle 125 is equal to angle D because they are on the same position. Okay, just see, they are on the same position of the parallel line. They are moving out, right? So this is your corresponding angle. So you got it. You got the value of angle D, that is 125. Alright, I hope you have understood. Again, I am repeating, angle 125 degree is equal to angle D because this is corresponding angle. Okay, they are on the same position. Now, if angle D is 125, okay, 125 degree, then can't we say angle B is equal to 125? Can't we write angle B is equal to angle D, which is 125 degree? Angle D is 125, just now we have found. So, why this is equal? Because this is vertically opposite angle. Alright, so angle D is equal to angle B. Angle D we found due to which this was corresponding, and now this angle D is equal to angle B due to vertically opposite angle. Alright, now angle B is angle D is done, angle B is done. Now let us try to find what is angle E. With using what property we can find angle E. Just see, there is one straight line here, and the angle which is formed with this is 180 degrees. Just see, in our exercise 5.1, what we have done, if you have a straight line, linear pair of angle is formed which is 180 degrees. Sum of these two angle is 180 degree. So we can write 125 degree plus angle E is equal to 180 degree. Why? Linear pair of angle. They are straight line, no? This angle is, this two angle is formed in linear pair in the straight line. Linear pair of angle, isn't it? So when you move this 125 to this side, what will happen? Angle E is equal to 180 minus 125, right? So angle E is equal to, when you subtract this, 180 minus 125 is 55 degree. Now you got angle E also, that is 55 degree. Now D is done, B is done, E is done. Now angle E is equal to angle F. Why? They are vertically opposite angles. Just see, these are vertically opposite angles. So I am going to write here angle E is equal to angle F, or we can write angle F is equal to angle E, which is 55 degree due to vertically opposite angle. Okay, so this is vertically opposite angle. Angle E is equal to 55 and angle F is equal to angle E, which is vertically opposite angle. Alright, so F is also done, isn't it? So now another thing we can find is angle F is equal to angle C. I am writing here angle F is equal, or you can write angle C is equal to angle F is equal to 55 degree. Alright, sorry for this student, this is not the condition here. So angle, when you know angle E is equal to 55, you can see angle in this condition, similar to this condition, this is corresponding angle here. So angle E is equal to angle A is equal to 55 degree. Why? This is, I am writing here, corresponding angle, right? This is due to corresponding angle. Angle E is equal to, you know the value of angle E, just now you have found, that is 55 degree, and angle E is equal to angle A. Why? They are corresponding angles. Just see, they are on the same position of the transversal line, that side. Over here it was this side of the transversal line, which is angle 125 degree is equal to angle D. Now angle E once you get, which is 55 degree, right? 55 degree now is equal to angle A, which is corresponding angle. Now similarly angle A, if you know, you can get the value of angle C, which is angle C is equal to angle A is equal to 55 degree. Why? With what reason it is equal? That will be a homework, that you will tell me why they are equal. Alright, so student, I won't be moving further question. Okay, I want you all to understand this question number 2 and 3 once again. That will be a home assignment. Also you will tell me why this is equal. Okay, so comment me down your answer. Okay, so see you in the next class. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Thank you everyone.